Yo, what's up? My name is iPhong, and welcome back to the School Idol Festival. And if you hear the noise at the background, I'm sorry because I'm currently having a nightmare in the house because currently my house is full of insects and my house is just such a mess. So before the recording of this video, I have to do a bunch of houseworks and trying to do a lot of cleanings. So if you heard the noise at the background, I'm sorry. Yeah, my house is such a nightmare, and I immediately take up the laptop webcam and recording this and video because I really want to talk about my experience so far on my journey on me playing Love Live Square the festival for 2 years on the Adventure Show events. And for those who are new in this channel, I'm playing Love Live Square the festival for 2 years now. I start play Love Live Square the festival for really early 2017, and I and at first I don't know much about the event and I don't care about it, and I just started Let's Go the festival by just playing start slow with easy difficulties, normal difficulties, and then hard difficulties, and then expert difficulties. And I hardly ever try masters difficulties back then because it's we don't have like tickets, or we don't have much of the master difficulty on this size at that time, but now we do now. And right now, especially adventure stores, and I really want to talk about this, and let's get into it. And right now, in the time I was recording this video is if it is actually the 5th of August now, so I'm on the rush. So basically, based on the experience of me playing Adventure Show, at first I don't care about the challenge spots. At first I don't care about challenge spots in this section ever. And at first I don't care about challenge spot in this section ever. And also this, I don't care about challenge spots in the Adventure Show ever when I first get into the event world. And time goes by, and I think I should start talking about the experience because uh, I played this game for 2 years, and I think I got enough time to tell the experience on the Adventure Show because newer Love Live Square Festival should notice this as well, because basically the main goal of the Adventure Show is you just gonna get into the prologue first, and then you start slow with story 1, story 2, but basically you should pay attention because it's not just clearing story, it's just you need to get enough total event points. You need to get enough total event points in order to get the next story, not just clearing story. So basically when at first there is absolutely no LP request at all in the first place when I started to get into the event like 2 years ago, and there's no request LP at all, so it's much harder to get into the rewards. So basically you're using less LP, which is a good thing for you if you don't want to waste on gems. However, there's a price to be made, and you just want a small side story on the most early SSR and SR characters. So request LP was made for the events, and then you start to use maximum LPs for that. But take a pay attention on the easy, normal, hard, and experts. And easy, you waste lesser LP, but you got less total points actually. And but only I mean, most of you are gonna use expert anyway, because in the club games events or anime expo or Japanese expos before, that you guys are screaming um, for masters difficulties in the events, which they are not playing for that yet. And then yeah, they said that they start a live show on experts. So, are you sure about it? Yes or no? You just gonna click OK. However, you got to clear it. You got to clear the live show. If you fail, you're just gonna lose a lot. And yeah, it's just basically gonna accomplish a bunch of these. And then if you got lucky, there will be secret spot at anywhere in the map. And then you're just gonna complete story 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and then you got the epilogue, which is basically you get into the final stories, and then you got chapters. That's it. And however, I'm just gonna show you the reward first. I'm just gonna show you the reward first. And the reason you want to get as many total or event score as you can, it's just basically you try to get all of the rewards. That's it. And actually, let's start with the first total event, which is 9,500, which is we got SSR, which is not a big deal. And yeah, you just get characters. That's it. And then to the point of the last characters, and it just, I don't understand why you're making Sarah Kucho to be the final character to be that, but it's funny. But what they usually do is they just gonna put a bunch of SR or ASR for the rewards. But yeah, I understand, because this is Adventure Roll, so there will be souvenir exchange. So that's when you really need secret spot the most. So you got souvenirs, and then basically you got Kotori Minami. I already got that one in max reach. They give you 2 times on purchase it. You don't need to purchase with money though. You don't need to purchase with your real money though. You're just gonna join the event as many as you can. If you got lucky for a secret spot, you got multiply the souvenirs, and you got this one. Got a bunch of SR, and you're just gonna earn for the story. That's it. And a bunch of wallpaper as well. But talking about wallpapers, I suggest you not to use the video clips or particles or drop. So far we only have 2 of these. I suggest you not to do that, because it's gonna lag the gameplay. It's lag my tablet so hard, so I suggest you not to do that. I just gonna suggest you to use normal wallpaper like this. And yeah, we're gonna go back home, and there's a lot of partner, and I also suggest you to, if you don't want to hear the love like girls in adults talking, even with the lowly talking, even though that when there's a birthday and a lot of people want to hear the secret message, then you guys can use them for partner. But if you don't, for video qualities, you can use for Puchigiro, um, for the partners. That's it. And let's go back to the adventure show, and we're gonna take a look at the event ranking, especially that, because last time I looked at event ranking, and I see something suspicious, because there's I love you Brie and I love you Lexis, which is has a totally same total points. So let's take a look at this. Let's see how many I like Umi and Brie Brie, and I love you Lexi. I love Umi and Lexi Twitter by this, and I think this is my real accounts. I think both of them is a real count, but seeing the total points exactly the same, which is making people suspicious. And I'm just gonna take a look at people on the top 20 and just gonna keep scrolling down like that. And I understand that there is less hacker, less cheaters in the game now, but the suspicious still continue, and they have the totally same points, which is, wait, there's the Twitter is free, but there's yeah, which is I really want to talk about this, because is it okay for multi accounting, because we are gonna reaching the event ranking, and what would happen if I love you Brie and I love you Lexis are both number 1 and number 2, which is totally unfair for the games. So this makes me suspicious for the event ranking, and there's still hackers, there's still cheaters around, and I really want K-Lab Games to see this, and sadly there's still no report button around anything, and I really want to say that multi-accounting back 10 years ago wasn't a thing, and now it's a thing, because look at the event ranking. Does it look fair to you? Well, caught on cameras, but basically let's get into my rank right now, because I'm in the rush. My rank right now is 828. Yeah, which is I understand, and I need to fully aware of that, because it's the last day of the event and everyone wants to finish everything. And let's get into this category, and there is rank 100, and it's 1200, not 100. It's rank 1200 for reasons that rank 3600 for reasons, and they divide those rank for the rewards, and there will be a majority of people who complete a whole bunch of these. We're gonna be ranked 1200 soon, and to be honest, I suggest you to just keep playing. I mean, you, this challenge spot and it asks you to play 20 times, and You just gonna play like 10 more times or 20 more times just in case to stay at rank 1200, and you just don't want. Yeah, at the time I was recording these videos, like you need to get over 1070 hundred of scores, and you just gonna need to survive till the events are over, so you can get a reward like this. And yeah, the first main goal for the award, completion award, you clear 160,000. And event ranking reward is more of that, because you got the character that is not even in the adventure store, souvenirs exchange, and you don't want to waste your money on stickers. And there's, yeah, they are aiming for SR Hanayo Kozumi and Umi Sonoda, which is they give you a full upgrades when you got the ranking on the event that is below 1200, and then you just gonna keep grinding until you just join the event, that's it, and you just got all your love gems, which is totally pathetic, but I understand. And love gem with frame points, I mean frame points we don't use it much anymore, and until you're reaching on below 14 and a half ranking. No, it's 30,000 actually, and if you got below 30,000 of ranking, you got everything each. Hanyayo, Kozami, Raksata, and Rumi, and Seragucho. And then next is you got Ragnar, Sata, and Gucho for 2 each. And then yeah, you're just gonna keep grinding. And unfortunately, I am nowhere near for the score ranking reward, because I can only full combo stuff. I cannot do anything, because I'm not planning on changing characters yet, because when I'm changing characters on playing a bunch of Love Live charts, well, what I was doing now on my projects on Love Live Squad festivals, I'm playing all the charts and changing characters. We're gonna ruin the contents, we're gonna ruin the qualities, the scores can be different, totally different, because of scoring, and people can get mad at me, so I don't want that. So yeah, that is my experience. The only way to get the best reward on the adventure score is just to play everything, and I encourage you to play 10 more times on the challenge spot, or you play more for story or anything. You're just gonna improve your score, that's it. 10 more times or 20 more times to avoid uh, getting lower rewards. But even though you complete everything, so yeah. And for the fun fact, if you see the Homura's bakery, the only store or the only place that have the most has details on the zoom in, not in the UTX, not in the station, not gamers, or not there. The fun facts for the Homura Bakery for exclusive for the zoom in. Well, the game zoom in for you, it's not me. And it's just basically it's Honoka's place. It's Honoka's workplace for bakery. That's it. Nothing else. But really want to talk more on the story. So there's other story there. I'm in the upper sections now, and I'm gonna talk about music section later. And to be honest, there's a bunch of other stories, and basically, let's things all up. They starting for adding special story for birthday story now, and I'm glad that they do that, and which is uh, good thing. But other bad thing is to keep you lodging bonus every single day, and which I'm gonna talk to you later on the reason why. But it's basically that you don't want to miss the story. That's it, just because it's only have one story and you don't want to miss it. But if you're gonna miss it, you're screwed. And I just want to talk further, and I joined the first event I joined is Adventure Show episode 2, and I missed the episode 1, which is a shame of me. And what happened if I miss? And basically, just to tell you further that I missed the whole thing. I don't get the prologue, I don't get the story one, I don't get anything. I missed the whole thing. So how to unlock it? So there's actually key items which is not available in the sticker shop, not available for the events. All you have to do is just launching bonus on the special event. That's it. That's it, and you just wait for months, and it takes a long time for you to get the story back. Even like it takes like a month now. It takes like starting with the key items. I think like it takes like 2 months now, and I got only this. I got only prologue and story one, which is horrible. And the journey for the adventure store is I just meet the episode 1. I just want to get everything on Aquos. That's it. And the adventure show started with Aquos, and adventure episode 2, 3, 4, 5, which is I got bunch of it. And I did got a marry and diabetic cleanups, and episode 6, yada yada, and then is a lot of event story in this. But we're going back on the news section, which is before the adventure show. There is a promotional event. Well, I don't know what the event's all about, or it's just the event that give you stories, which I encourage you to don't be like me. But basically, there's character story. I think it's a character story, but there's a bunch more of this. I have nothing on the promotional event. I miss Honoka story, I miss Hanayo story, I miss Ellie stories, I miss a bunch. Until on the dates, I didn't miss this one. Until this one, I don't miss on the dates. And continuing with the adventure show on news section, and that's it. But I don't think you got a happy story when you have to wait for months and trying to scream arcade up games for key items, and you miss. I miss like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 stories, and waiting for key items, and it's for the acquire sections. Yeah, it's 11 and a half, and it's just unlucky of me, but you have to wait for months, and I encourage you to log in every single day for bonuses, which is they also have in the others, and there's a login bonus right there which you can click, and you got a touch button on it, and you gotta basically you finish the special. You can see it when you what special event you have accomplished. That's it. And the reason of the stars on that launching bonus is basically the termination of the event. So I'm in a rush right now. I need to accomplish as fast as I can, and I'm guessing that the 9. I don't know if they is gonna take anything, but we just gonna wait and see. But for now, I'm gonna end this video right here. To conclude this video, is just gonna basically talking about my experience on playing adventure show events, and after this recording, I'm just gonna play some more and trying to get as many story as you can, and try to get the best reward as you can. That's it, nothing more. You don't want to end up like me and waiting for months and for the key items. But yeah, I hope you enjoy Love Live Squander Festival so far, and what's the next updates? We'll see. I'm in the rush right now. I got a few hours left now for the events for overs for from now. Thanks for watching, and as always, hasta la vista.